Good night, everyone. This presentation is a collaborative effort between myself, Selena Headley Smith, and Ebony Hughes as part of the GEP 112 Sriratta College of Education and Curriculum. Let us focus on how integrating sustainable practices can shape educational approaches. Let's dive into it. What is curriculum integration? It's a teaching approach that connects learning across different subject areas using common themes, issues, or problems instead of teaching subjects in isolation. The concepts are linked so students can see how knowledge works together in real life situations. This approach encourages meaningful learning, it supports critical thinking, and it helps students apply the skills and knowledge across subjects rather than memorizing disconnected facts. Now we have a central team, and our team was built on sustainable practices. This team revolves around the idea that living and acting in ways that meet our current needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. It considers how the principle of sustainability can be woven into different subject areas because it's not just only an environmental issue, it has a social and economic dimensions as well to it. By focusing on sustainability, we are setting the stage for students to learn how interconnected our world truly is, and they'll be able to apply this understanding to real life situations that will not only help them to think critically but also act responsibly. Now, we had a concept map and that had a central theme, and the central theme of sustainable practices was presented in a cohesive learning experience for the children to understand. It had the integration of three subjects: science, mathematics, and social studies. Now, each played a crucial role in understanding and promoting sustainable practices. First, science helps us explore the natural world, understand ecosystems and ecology, and impact our actions. It lays the foundation and knowledge needed to address environmental issues like renewable energy, non renewable energy, biodiversity conservation, and climate systematic systems. Next, mathematics provides the tools for analyzing and creating models. It allows for data collection and analysis and graphs and statistics. It also helps us prevent stuff like percentages and ratios that we can actually see the changes that is occurring in our environment. This is also essential for making informed decisions about resource use and sustainability. Now, lastly, social studies. It allows for us to link these concepts to the human behavior and societal choices, and invites us to consider the ethics and the policies for our responsibility towards the environment. And this will incorporate governance policies, environmental justice and ethics, okay, and cultural perspectives on nature. Now, these activities were shared and interconnected by different means. For science, we had a school engaged audit that will help the children to look at how well we are using our energy resources. In mathematics, we can actually do calculations on, and compare how much resources we're using over a certain period of time. And that will help us to also measure our carbon footprint. As well as in social studies, we can look at a policy debate and do a role play about how these issues can affect each other in the environment. Now, by integrating these subjects, we can empower students to see the interconnections between learning and the real world, preparing them for future challenges. Now, why did we choose this? Now, what you would first want to consider the fact is that sustainability is a real world problem, and most real world problems are really confined to just one field. They have interdisciplinary and complex means, and that was the same thing as expected for sustainability. So, truly understanding and addressing the challenges of sustainability, we needed to pull from various areas of knowledge like scientific understanding, numerical evidence, and social decision making. Now, when we integrate subjects in this form, we help students to learn to connect dots rather than seeing information as isolated facts, which promotes systems of thinking that allow students not only grasp the bigger picture but engage them in real life problem solving. Thank you, and now I'll now hand you over to Ebony, my colleague, who will continue the discussion.
Now, let's dive into the details of how we're integrating these subjects to foster a comprehensive understanding of sustainability. First, in science, we're focusing on ecosystem and biodiversity, understanding resource cycles, and comparing renewable and non renewable energy. This knowledge is crucial for grasping the environmental impacts of our choices. In mathematics, we use data analysis, percentage, and measurements to model resource use. This will help students quantify the impact and understand sustainability numerically. Lastly, in social studies, we tackle environmental policy, ethics, and responsibilities, and this will teach students the societal and ethical dimensions of environmental decisions. Now, let's explore some practical activities that bring our integration approach to life in the classroom. These activities are designed to be hands on and engaging, helping students connect theory with real world applications. Firstly, the school energy audit. Now, students will actively collect data on electricity and water usage within the school. They'll analyze this data to spot waste and suggest actionable conservation strategies. Next, we have the carbon footprint calculation. Students will calculate their personal or household carbon footprints. They'll graph these results and set achievable reduction goals. Now, this activity not only builds mathematical skills but also fosters a personal connection to the environmental impact. Finally, the sustainability policy debate. Here, students will role play various community stakeholders. They'll engage in discussions on local environmental issues, learning to navigate the complexities of ethics and responsibility. Now, this debate will encourage critical thinking and empathy as students consider diverse perspectives. Now, these activities are not just educational, they're empowering. Students will gain the skills and confidence needed to make a difference in their communities. Now, the benefits and limitations of integrating curriculum across subjects. First, the major benefit will be curriculum integration leads to a deeper understanding and greater engagement. When students see the connections between subjects, they can grasp concepts more fully. It makes learning more meaningful and spark curiosity. However, there are some limitations to consider. Integration requires careful planning and collaboration among educators. It's essential that teachers work together to design cohesive lessons that effectively blend subjects. And this can be time consuming but is crucial for success. By understanding both the benefits and limitations, we can better navigate challenges of curriculum integration to create a more engaging and effective learning experience. Now, as we conclude, let's revisit the core idea curriculum integration. It's about making learning meaningful and connected to real life. By weaving together science, mathematics, and social studies under the umbrella of sustainable practices, students gain richer understanding, They see how environmental, numerical, and social factors interplay, addressing real world challenges. This isn't just about learning facts, it's about forming connections and seeing the bigger picture. This approach not only heightens students' engagement but also cultivates essential skills like critical thinking, collaboration, and problem solving. These are the skills that prepare our students to be responsible, informed citizens. Now, this has brought us to the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for listening.